Hi, Karyn Campbell, Naturopath and Equine Herbalist at Highform, Australia. I am here today to talk to you about stress and your horse. We start with the nervous system of the horse. As we can see from the diagram, it runs throughout the whole body. We can break down this nervous system into some smaller parts. We have the central nervous system, which consists of the brain and the spinal cord. Then we also have the peripheral nervous system, which consists of the nerves that connect the central nervous system to the rest of the body. We then have our neurons. So we'll have our motor pathways, which will carry the messages from the brain to the muscles so that we can move. We'll have our sensory pathways, which detect things such as light, sound, and carry information about these back to the brain. This is how the horse can respond to different forms of stimuli. Now, we have 8 main types of stress. So, the first one is the adrenaline horse. So, this is the one where we'd probably talk about fight or flight of your horse to which direction it would choose. It's one where the horse becomes very stressed. The muscles become very tight, the heart rate becomes elevated, and the horse becomes very scared. It can also affect the gut when the horse is this stressed. One of these things that we like to do is use a herb called valerian, which is a carminative herb, and it's the best one for this form of stress because it allows the horse to relax its mind, its body, and to relieve the tightness from the muscles. Next, we have the noisy horse. So, when we get one of those horses and it constantly is whinnying for all the other horses, it's very vocal. Sometimes they might run up and down the fence line trying to get out to see what's happening. This can often happen when a horse has been removed from a paddock, they can't see their friend, they're not sure what's going on. So, this can start quite suddenly and it can stop just as quickly with this horse. They're often really set in their ways. It's a horse that likes to have its normal routine. So, when that routine has been disrupted, it will react to that. This is one that we like to give a herb called hops. They're the best choice with the relaxation and calming of the horse to be able to deal with these types of situations. Next, we have the one that comes through the skin. So, this is the types of horses that may be sensitive to biting insects. They're constantly itching. They can have random lumps or rashes on their body. It may be hives. They can often be a little bit sweaty. They may be a bit shaky because of the symptoms or the constant itching. The herb of choice with this type of stress is vervain. It is one that's going to assist with the skin reactions, and it will also help the horse internally to help stop it with all that fidgeting and that constant itching using all of its energy. Next, we have the paces. They are the ones that build that lovely track up and down our fence lines. You'll find it's more common in mares, and they are very high energy horses. It can just come on randomly, or it may have a trigger, such as a horse leaving, or there might be some external stimuli that sets them off. The herb of choice with this one would be passiflora. It's the herb that will assist with the restless horse. It will calm them down to try and assist them with not pacing that fence line, and it will allow them to be able to relax. Next, we have the nervous horse with the gut. So, this is all manifested in the gut. Often, you'll find that this can happen with the riders as well, where they hold their stress in their gut. It's one where you might have your horse and they are constantly having loose manure. So, what can happen? You can ride and they're just doing small little droplets here and there. It may be a little bit or look a little bit like scours as well, depending on your horse and the level of stress. If it's not treated and it does turn into scours, We'll have to watch out in regards to ulcers as well, because this would be deemed a chronic type of stress in your horse. Now, a really nice herb that will assist this type of gut type horse is chamomile. This is a very calming, relaxing, and anti inflammatory herb. So it's really perfect for those digestive disturbances. It will help the whole way through the gastrointestinal tract. It will help with the distress that the horse is currently portraying, and it will allow them to calm down. So it does assist the whole central nervous system with that relaxing of the horse. Next, we have the lung stresses. So, this is where the horses don't do the deep breathing, they do a little bit more of the shallow breathing, so they're not filling their lungs with all that oxygen. So, it will often be while they're being ridden. The horse will either hold its breath or it will do shallow breathing, and it prevents the horse from being able to relax at all. So, very similar to the previous horse, again, we're going to use that chamomile because of its anti inflammatory carminative effects. So, it's a really good herb too if we have seasonal allergies, if we have a horse that has a slight asthma type sound to its breathing. If the horse is very distressed, it's also really good when we're going out showing as well to prevent that stress from exacerbating. So it will help with the traveling and pre and post events or showing. Next, we have the overreactor. This is often what we would say is the chestnut mare syndrome. The horse that just overreacts to everything. It might be a little bit of wind, it might be a certain touch on an area of the body, it could be a smell, it can even be seeing something that we might not even see, but they definitely see it. This type of horse, we use a herb called mugwort. So this is the one for the sensitivity. So it's the one where everything's been heightened to allow everything to calm down so the horse can actually see and hear things, but not react so nervous to all of these stimuli. So it can strengthen the transmissions of the nerve signals in the body so it can allow it to respond calmly rather than in a stressed manner. Next, we have the low energy horse. It's the one that, if it's had an injury or an illness, it really struggles with recovering back to 100%. This is the one where we need to really get in and assist that horse with their recovery. We want to get in there and to also build up their stores with everything, allow them to be able to recover, but also to prevent any further stresses from attacking the body on the horse. If they have gone through an illness or a surgery or they've had a viral infection, we really need to spend the time and the effort with them to allow their body to heal and to recover fully and to prevent any stresses from reoccurring with them. The herb of choice with this is oats. So it's a very calming and warming herb. It's very good for the nervous system, great for the riders as well. So it's a restorative. So it assists with the elevated heart rate due to the nervousness that has been caused by the illness or the surgery that the horse may have had. So now we look at what supplements will be useful if we're not sure about these herbs, we've not heard of them, or we don't want to just use those single herbs. What products can we use for our horse? Now you'll see here on the left, I've just put just what the herbs are for the different types of horses. Now, at high form, we have this beautiful product called Herbanerve. It's one that's going to help the horse to keep them calm, to help remove that really deep stress that's within them, to take the edge off things for them. Now, this is a wonderful product when we're talking about showing or eventing, or we're going out traveling, even just to go out hacking. It can be given to your horse prior, even a few days prior to the event, the morning of the event, and post the event for the come down as well. It's going to assist with all the nerves within the horse. It also contains quite a lot of nutrients as well, so it helps to balance everything in the horse. Now, with this product, the one good thing is it can be used every day with no harmful side effects. So, the really good thing with this product too, it does contain those herbs, passion flower, hops, chamomile. It also has another lovely thing called brewer's yeast, which is full of our vitamin Bs. And we also have the inclusion of our tissue salts. So, with this, what we need to do is first, we need to work out what type of stress is manifesting within your actual horse. Then we need to assess, do we need to do anything? Is there a stimuli out there, such as the tin roof flapping? Have we just changed a horse from one paddock to another, or removed a paddock mate from the horse's actual paddock? We need to start with the groundwork for the overreactive to sight as well. So, this is where we need to spend the time to work out what type of stimuli is affecting our horse and how we can remove that stimuli, which is going to make our horse that little bit happier. We will need to assist with different supplementation and herbs for the horse, depending on the stress levels, because it does use quite a lot of energy. It does use a lot of our nutrients within our body as well, and it can be a little bit detrimental to the horse. So, like a human taking multivitamins, this is where we need to look at the horse and what we need to replenish in its system. Lastly, what we need to do is to work on ourselves as a rider as well. We can actually impact our horse if we have any form of nervousness or are a little bit unstable on the horse, or we actually see something before the horse and get nervous prior to the horse seeing it. It can actually affect how we're riding and how the horse will react as well. You and the horse should both be ridden as one and have a harmonious relationship together. So, this is why we like to look outside the box, work out what our stimuli are, and how we can rectify the situation for a happier ride. What can we do as an owner? So, you can discuss your horse's health with an equine herbalist or a nutritionist. You can discuss what benefits your horse will need, what they actually require, or what they may require in the future as well. This will include diet, supplementation, environmental issues, the workload of the horse and the type of work that it's doing, and the abilities of the owner. Now, some people say, I'm scared of my horse because of my ability to ride as well. So you have to ask yourself, why are you scared? Is it your confidence levels? Is your horse too experienced for your experience? This is where we advise to have the assistance of a riding instructor, whether on your property or at a club. They'll assist you with your riding ability and how to handle the horse, along with having the nutritional side of supplementation and diet analysis as well. We'll be able to help you from all different areas. Another thing, did you have an accident on that horse? And this is just a worry that every time you get on this horse, you think that a similar thing's going to happen. Mental and physical health are way up there and they need to be addressed. This is where a journey that you will need some assistance with. You may need some outside assistance, or you may need the comfort of some friends to be with you when you are riding, so you know that you do have that little buffer zone there with you, so you can be happy with riding your horse. The other thing is your horse actually dangerous around you? Do they kick out at you when you try and catch them? Do they try and bite you? When you ride them, do they fidget or pig root or buck? Like, is there something there? This needs to be assessed. So it could be something structural in your horse. It could be a pinched nerve. It could be a muscle spasm. It could be your nerves transferring through to your horse. This is something that you need to discuss with either the equine herbalist, the nutritionist, your veterinary surgeon, anyone that's around that is going to be able to assist and to work out what those triggers are. Once we remove those triggers, we're removing that dangerousness around you, and then it'll be a lot more safer for you to ride. Herbanerve is a brilliant product. It is worth having a look at. Please give Highform a call to discuss any further nutritional needs. We've discussed the different types of nervousness in the horse. So if you need further information on that, or from the rider's point of view as well, anyone here is happy to discuss with you some further action. Happy and safe riding to you all, and we will see you at the next one.